Chosen one, you got people looking for you in places you've never even been. They're asking around, scrolling through old photos, retracing digital footprints like detectives obsessed. Some want to check in, but others, they want to control you and the situation, to pull you back under their influence. What they don't realize is that you're under divine protection, 11-11 alignment, not exposure. These people aren't just missing your presence, they're panicking over their loss of power. Your silence is their punishment. Your distance is divine strategy. You didn't disappear by accident. You were hidden, positioned for the next chapter of unstoppable purpose. There's someone right now lying in bed scrolling through your old photos, not because nostalgia struck, because study mode is activated. Your patterns have been memorized. What time you post, where you shop, what events you might attend. This isn't reminiscing. This is plotting. A strategy is being built to engineer a natural run-in, because ego can't handle the idea of reaching out directly after everything that happened. Conviction has set in, that one conversation will remind you of what existed before. One carefully crafted moment will rewrite the ending nobody liked. One accidental encounter will restore the access that got revoked. But here's what gets missed in all that planning. You didn't leave by accident. You were extracted, pulled out by divine hands from a situation that was about to detonate. You thought the decision was yours, but really guidance was steering you away from destruction you couldn't see yet. And deep down, this truth is known. The permanence of your departure is recognized. That's why the obsession has intensified. That's why your name keeps coming up in conversations that have nothing to do with you. You've become a ghost that haunts the present, because you represented access to something that can't be generated independently. You weren't just a person in someone's life. You were the connection to purpose, hope, light, magic. Now you're gone, and spiritual malnourishment has set in. See, most people are running on fumes, waking up drained, surviving on complaints and caffeine, living off borrowed inspiration and stolen joy. Then encountering you happened, and suddenly aliveness returned. Your presence charged like a battery. Your words activated something dormant. Your energy reminded everyone that life could be more than the mundane grind that had been accepted as normal. The work to sustain that feeling never got done. Wounds never got healed. Shadows never got confronted. Responsibility for spiritual emptiness never got taken. So when you left, the crash came hard, and instead of looking inward, blame got redirected at you. Abandonment, change, superiority complex. These are the lies being told to avoid the real truth. Emptiness exists because nothing real ever filled the void. This is why you've been feeling extra drained lately, even though you've been alone. The pulling on your energy hasn't stopped just because physical presence ended. It's happening spiritually, through obsessive thoughts, through conversations that keep your name circulating, through prayers and manifestations that aren't aligned with your highest good. A summoning back into old realities is being attempted, and your spirit has been fighting it off like an immune system rejecting a virus. You know exactly what I'm talking about. People who unfollowed but watch every story. People who blocked but created burner accounts to keep tabs. People who swore to be done but know more about your current life than your actual friends do. These are monitoring spirits, human surveillance systems, and you attract them in droves because you carry something rare in this world, undiluted source energy. That's the real reason you've been staying home, avoiding certain places, feeling antisocial when you used to thrive in crowds. Your spirit knows traps have been set, not physical traps, energetic ones. People have positioned themselves in specific locations, hoping you'll show up so accidental bumping can occur. Lines have been rehearsed, energy has been practiced, calculations have been made about exactly what to say to hook you back in. Some want you to witness thriving so regret will follow. Others want you to see struggling so guilt will trigger rescue mode again. Either way, manipulation is the game. Bait is the method. A setup has been designed to pull you back into cycles you've already broken free from. But you're not biting. Because even when your conscious mind doesn't understand what's happening, your spirit does. Your intuition recognizes that some conversations are doorways to old patterns. Some eye contact is a spiritual contract. Some casual encounters are actually ambushes disguised as coincidence. So you stay away. Not because weakness exists in you, because wisdom does. Not because brokenness defines you, because rebuilding is happening. Here's something you need to understand about the people searching for you in these places. Casual hoping to bump into you at the grocery store or the coffee shop you used to frequent isn't what's happening. Active planning is in motion. Some have changed entire routines to match what yours might be. Shopping is happening at different times. Different routes are being taken. Locations that never mattered before are suddenly being visited just because knowledge exists that you used to go there. Calculation drives this, strategy fuels it, and yes, obsession powers it. But what gets missed in all that planning is this: while the old you is being hunted in old places, evolution has already moved you past those coordinates. Shopping doesn't happen where it used to happen. Eating doesn't occur where it used to occur. Movement through the world has completely changed. And that's not by accident either. Your spirit has been rerouting you, taking you on different paths, guiding you to new environments where certain energy can't reach you. Some of you have noticed this. A random decision to try a new store happened. A different restaurant got chosen. A new route to work suddenly made sense, and at the time, spontaneity seemed like the reason. But it wasn't. It was divine redirection. Your angels have been leading you away from intersections where people were waiting, away from collisions that would have derailed your progress, away from conversations that would have reopened doors you worked so hard to close. This is why strong feelings to leave a place suddenly hit you sometimes, or urges not to go somewhere even though plans were made, or unexplainable discomfort in certain environments washes over you. That's not anxiety. That's spiritual intelligence, your soul recognizing frequencies that aren't safe for you, energies that would contaminate your peace, people whose intentions toward you are corrupted by unhealed trauma. Some genuinely believe closure is what's wanted. Stories get told internally about just wanting to talk, clear the air, maybe apologize, but that's surface level. Underneath, what really drives the search is this: a need to see where you're at, to measure progress against yours, to gauge whether leaving caused damage the way staying caused it. The search is for signs of struggling, evidence of being alone, proof that regret exists about the decision to leave. Validation is being hunted for the narrative that's been built about you. That coldness existed, heartlessness, that moving on happened too easily, that care never really existed. Because if proof can be found, then accountability doesn't have to be taken for why you left in the first place. Struggling isn't happening the way hope predicted. Brokenness doesn't exist the way prophecy declared. Stuckness isn't your reality the way prayers whispered it would be. Actually, thriving is occurring, glowing is visible, elevation is undeniable, and that's going to demolish every false narrative that got built to cope with your absence. Right now you might be thinking this: but thriving doesn't feel like what I'm doing. Stuck is what I feel. Tired. Like regression is happening while everyone else progresses. Chosen one, what you're experiencing isn't stagnation, it's metamorphosis. The cocoon stage is where you are, and cocoons are dark, cramped and confusing. But this is also where complete transformation happens, where the caterpillar dies so the butterfly can emerge. If these words stirred your consciousness, hype this video to help more chosen ones awaken to this. The old version of you is being dismantled. The people pleaser who tolerated disrespect to keep peace. The overgiver who accepted crumbs and called it a feast. The light dimmer who made insecure people comfortable. That version is dying, and death is never comfortable, even when resurrection requires it. While you're in this cocoon, attempts are being made outside to crack it open. Your metamorphosis is targeted for interruption, because if this transformation completes, you'll fly to heights that can't be followed. You'll access dimensions that can't be entered. You'll operate in a frequency of power that will expose stagnation everywhere around you. Let's talk about something specific that's been happening. Certain people suddenly liking old posts, commenting on things from way back, reacting to your stories but not actually messaging you. This is reconnaissance, Reminders are being sent that existence continues without full commitment to contact. Waters are being tested. Bait is being set to see if you'll reach out first. Don't fall for it, because the moment response happens, an opening gets created, a crack in your boundary, an entry point back into your energy field, and that small opening will get wedged wide open. One like becomes a comment, one comment becomes a message, one message becomes a conversation, one conversation becomes regular contact, and before awareness catches up, you're right back in the same cycle you fought to escape. This is why your intuition keeps screaming to ignore it, to keep scrolling, to resist the urge to engage, because engaging isn't kindness, it's self-sabotage. It's reopening a door that heaven closed for your protection. And trust this, if heaven closed that door, a reason exists that you can't see yet but will understand later. Some of you are also dealing with people who are using mutual connections as spies. Questions are being asked about you to your friends, your family, your co-worker. Information is being gathered without direct contact. Knowledge is being sought about whether you're seeing someone. If happiness exists, if mentions of certain names occur, if effects from certain absences seem visible, some of these mutual connections don't even realize the role being played. Normal conversation is what it feels like to them, catching up with an old friend, but every piece of information shared is being weaponized, used to build a strategy, to find weaknesses, to identify the right moment to make a move. This is why guardedness has increased lately, even with people you trust. Why sharing has decreased. Why certain things stay private now. This isn't you being secretive or paranoid. This is you being protected. Your spirit knows that in this season, not everyone deserves access to your business. Not because bad people surround you, but because information might unknowingly leak to someone who will use it against you. Some of the people looking for you aren't just obsessed. Fear lives in them toward you. Genuine fright. Because even in your lowest moments, you radiate an inner strength that exposes weakness in others. Even when brokenness touches you, danger emanates from you. Because you have something that will never belong to certain people, an unshakable connection to source. These are the people who talk tough about you, who says things like, if I see them, words will be spoken. But the truth is this, terror exists at the thought of you actually showing up, because in your presence, masks crack, insecurities become visible, fake confidence evaporates. You don't even have to speak. Your energy alone dismantles carefully constructed illusions. Talk about people who hoped you'd fall apart without them, who predicted failure, who told others a mistake was being made. And now watching you not just survive but thrive is destroying every prediction that gets made. Every judgment that got passed is being invalidated. Proof is emerging that maybe, just maybe, the problem was never you. This is why relief exists in some people that you're in hiding. Secret hoping has been happening, that you'll stay away from environments you're destined to be in. Prayers have been whispered that you'll quit showing up to spaces where you belong, because your presence disrupts comfort. Your light reveals what's being hidden. Your authenticity makes performance obvious. Think about the places you used to go where drainage happened afterward. Certain social gatherings, family functions, work events, anywhere you left feeling emptier than when you arrived. Those weren't just bad vibes. Those were energy vampires in action. People who smile in your face while secretly resenting everything about you, who compliment while internally competing, who ask about your life while hoping to hear struggle. Avoidance of those places has been happening, and people have noticed. Questions have come about why you don't come around anymore, why distance exists now, why change occurred, and probably polite excuses have been given. Busy schedule, tiredness, self-focus, but the real reason is simpler. Recognition finally came that the transaction was unequal. Energy was being given that you couldn't afford to give to people who never intended to give anything back. War is raging over your future. Dark forces are deploying every tactic to delay your elevation. People you used to love are being used as weapons. Destructive thoughts are being planted in minds. Old emotions are being stirred up. Scenarios are being engineered to pull you backward into cycles you've already conquered. Knowledge exists in dark places, that if emotional entanglement with your past can be created, prevention of walking into your future becomes possible. If doubt about your decision to leave can be manufactured, trapping in patterns you've already broken becomes achievable. If convincing can occur that a mistake was made, the destiny trying to birth through you can be aborted. But here's what the enemy didn't calculate. You're not who you used to be. That old version that tolerated disrespect, dead. That people pleaser who sacrificed peace for approval, gone. That person who kept giving chances to people who never changed, buried. Rebirth has occurred, and this new version moves differently, thinks differently, loves differently, sets boundaries without apology, protects energy without explanation, walks away without looking back. This is why frustration is building in certain people. Attempts are being made to interact with the old you. Old manipulation tactics are being deployed. Buttons are being pushed that have been disconnected. Languages are being spoken that you no longer understand. Breadcrumbs are being offered to someone who now requires the whole meal. But those strategies don't work anymore. That door has been sealed. That version of you is no longer available for games. And desperation is the result. Desperation makes people do strange things. Ex-lovers suddenly post about healing and growth that hasn't actually occurred. Former friends create situations hoping you'll hear about it and react. Family members who never supported you suddenly express concern through mutual connections. Change hasn't happened in these people. Strategy has. Healing hasn't occurred. Performance has. Concern about you isn't what drives this. Concern about losing access to you is. Part of you wonders if reaching out should happen, if clearing the air would help, if being the bigger person matters, if closure should be offered. No, because some people don't want resolution. Access is what's wanted. Closure isn't the goal. Control is. Healing the relationship isn't the aim. Resetting it back to when the upper hand existed is. Your silence isn't immaturity, it's mastery. Your absence isn't pettiness, it's protection. Your unavailability isn't cruelty, it's self-preservation. Some doors are meant to stay closed, some chapters are meant to end abruptly. Some people are meant to become strangers again, and that's not failure, that's evolution. Right now you're in a season of divine recalibration. God is adjusting your frequency, upgrading your discernment, strengthening your spiritual immune system. Sensitivity is developing to energies you used to tolerate. Red flags you used to ignore now feel like sirens. People you used to make excuses for now feel intolerable. Situations you used to accept now feel suffocating. This isn't you becoming judgmental. This is you becoming healthy. Your standards aren't too high. Appropriate levels have finally been reached. You're not being difficult. You're being selective. You're not changing for the worse. You're evolving into who you were always meant to be. And yes, loneliness exists. The higher you vibrate, the smaller your circle becomes. People who matched your old frequency can't reach your new one. Conversations that used to sustain you now feel draining. Environments that felt like home now feel foreign. But this loneliness is the hallway between who you were and who you're becoming. It's the necessary space between the old tribe leaving and the new tribe arriving. And arrival is happening. The right people are being assigned to your life right now. Preparation is occurring. Positioning is taking place. Direction toward you is being given. Chasing won't be required from you. Convincing them of your worth won't be necessary. Performance to keep them won't be needed. Recognition will be instant because the same frequency is being operated on. Value will come naturally because your language is spoken. Support will flow effortlessly because your success doesn't threaten theirs. Now let me put you onto something real. Destiny Engine. I built this because I was done watching chosen ones get dragged through betrayal, isolation and attacks while their enemies strutted around unchecked. I want to help you accelerate the speed of your divine justice and step fully into your purpose, and the beauty of it, you don't even have to lift a finger. Destiny Engine takes their downfall and flips it into your rise. This isn't another meditation app. It's declassified consciousness technology, the same mind programming tools your enemies once used to install fear, competition and scarcity, re-engineered to restore your sovereignty and align you with the cooperative, upgraded operating framework. It generates personalized sequences mapped to your divine purpose. The hardest thing you'll do is put on headphones, press play, and watch your enemies keep digging their own grave. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your destiny engine for $1 today and turn everything they did to break you into fuel for your rise. Link in the description. These people who are looking for you, positioning themselves in places hoping to run into you, this is happening because control over you got lost. And for some people, that loss of control feels like death. Prediction of your moves used to be possible. Influence over your decisions used to exist. Having a say in your life used to be a given, even when no right to it existed. Now unpredictability defines you. Control can't touch you. Operating outside the sphere of influence is what you're doing. Moves are being made that don't get seen coming. Thriving is happening in ways that weren't authorized, and absolute insanity is the result in certain people, because control was never about loving you. It was about managing insecurity. Your independence threatens the sense of importance certain people had. Your growth exposes stagnation. Genuine belief existed in some people that making it without them wasn't possible for you, that their validation was needed, their approval, their presence in your life. They saw themselves as essential to your story, and your absence has forced confrontation with a brutal truth. Importance was never as great as assumed. Survival without them didn't just happen. Flourishing occurred. You know what's fascinating about this whole situation? The more you pull back, the more obsessive the searching becomes. It's like trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter the grip, the faster it slips away. Your unavailability has created a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. So attempts are being made to fill that space you used to occupy. But here's the problem. You were never a space filler. You were the main event, and main events don't return for encores when the audience didn't appreciate the performance the first time. Your value is finally being recognized, now that access has been revoked. Isn't that something? When you were present and available, you were taken for granted, overlooked, underappreciated. But now that you're gone, suddenly you're irreplaceable. Suddenly you're the topic of every conversation. Suddenly you're the one person certain people can't stop thinking about. That tells you everything you need to know about what was really happening. You were never the problem. You were the solution to problems people didn't want to admit existed within themselves. You're not asking for permission to evolve. You're not seeking approval to grow. You're not waiting for validation to become who you're meant to be. You're just doing it. And that level of autonomy terrifies people who are still asking for permission to exist. Your freedom highlights their captivity. Your courage exposes their fear. Your movement makes their stagnation unbearable to witness. You've been having dreams about certain people, vivid ones, almost too real, waking up feeling like you've just had a conversation with someone you've been avoiding. That's not random. That's spiritual warfare playing out in the dream realm. Attempts are being made to access you in spaces where your conscious guard is down, where boundaries are harder to maintain, where saying no feels impossible because you're asleep. But even in your dreams, protection surrounds you. Notice how those dreams always end before anything gets resolved, how you wake up before any agreement gets made, how the conversation never reaches the point where you give in. That's not coincidence. That's divine intervention. Your angels are cutting those spiritual phone lines before manipulation can take root in your subconscious. This is also why you've been waking up tired even after sleeping enough. Spiritual battles drain you differently than physical work. Your spirit has been fighting off invasions you're not even aware of, blocking frequencies trying to penetrate your peace, deflecting energy trying to hook back into your field. And that takes energy, real energy, the kind that makes you wake up feeling like you ran a marathon in your sleep. Some of you have also noticed physical sensations when certain people think about you, a sudden heaviness in your chest, an unexplained headache, a wave of anxiety that makes no sense based on what you're currently doing. You're empathic, chosen one. You feel things before you see them, and right now you're feeling the intensity of obsessive thoughts directed at you from multiple sources. Your body is responding to energetic intrusions, even when your mind hasn't caught up to what's happening. This is why grounding has become essential for you lately, why you've been drawn to water, to nature, to anything that helps you discharge the excess energy you're carrying that isn't even yours. You're not going crazy. You're picking up on real energetic activity, and your spirit is wise enough to seek out natural ways to cleanse yourself of it. Some of the people looking for you have convinced themselves that you owe them something, an explanation, closure, one more chance. In their minds, the way things ended wasn't fair. You didn't give them enough time to change. You didn't communicate clearly enough. You gave up too easily. These are the narratives being spun to avoid facing the real truth. You communicated repeatedly. You gave chance after chance. You stayed way longer than you should have. But people don't want to remember that part. Selective memory allows for selective victimhood, and playing the victim role means never having to take responsibility for the part personal behavior played in your departure. So now, the searching happens with a sense of entitlement attached, as if finding you and cornering you into a conversation is a right that exists, as if your peace is less important than someone else's need for closure. But you don't owe anyone access to you. You don't owe explanations to people who wouldn't have understood them anyway. You don't owe second chances to people who wasted the first one. Your time, your energy, your presence, these are gifts, not obligations, and you're finally understanding that. But before the right tribe arrives, let's address what you've been afraid to acknowledge out loud. Preparation is happening for something massive, not just a new job, not just a better relationship, not just more money. Preparation is occurring to walk in a dimension of influence that will impact generations. The assignments coming aren't just for your benefit. Transformation will happen for people through your testimony. Healing will come through your story. Freedom will emerge through your breakthrough. This is why the spiritual attack has been so intense. The enemy doesn't waste ammunition on people who aren't threats. Monitoring spirits don't get deployed to watch people who aren't dangerous. Obsession doesn't get stirred up in exes and former friends if atmosphere shifting isn't about to happen. The warfare is confirmation. Proximity to breakthrough is real, so close that hell is nervous, so close that adversaries can sense the shift even though naming it isn't possible for them, so close that people who underestimated you are starting to panic, and panic should be happening, because the anointing about to hit your life will be undeniable, the doors about to open will be unmistakable, the favor about to manifest will be unexplainable by natural standards. Walking into rooms that don't make sense on paper is about to happen. Connecting with people who are levels above where you currently are will occur. Receiving opportunities you didn't apply for is coming, not because luck struck, because faithfulness in the wilderness was maintained. Energy got protected when giving it away would have been easier. Integrity got kept when no one was watching. Growth got chosen over comfort. Evolution got selected over familiarity. Now the harvest comes, after the planting, after the watering, after the waiting, after the wondering if anything was growing beneath the surface. Now manifestation arrives for everything you've been believing for. But here's what you need to understand about this season. The blessing will attract even more attention. When favor hits, more people will be looking for you. More voices will try to speak into your life. More hands will try to touch what God is building. This is why discernment is being learned now. Why the power of no is being practiced. Why comfort with being misunderstood is developing. Because when the blessing arrives, strength to guard it will be required. Some people will genuinely celebrate you. Cheering will happen when you win. Support will come without needing credit. Celebration of your success will occur without comparison to personal journeys. Keep these people close. Others will smile in your face while hoping you fail in private. Public congratulations will happen while private criticism continues. Supportive acting will occur while secret sabotaging happens. These are the ones looking for you now, not to reconnect, to collect intel, to find vulnerabilities, to wait for stumbling so saying I knew it wouldn't last becomes possible. But lasting will happen, because what God builds, humans cannot destroy. What God ordains, chaos cannot cancel. What God has spoken over your life will manifest regardless of who believes it or tries to block it. Inspiration will start being felt again. Motivation, like breathing, is finally possible. Opportunities will start appearing that feel like they fell from the sky. But random falling didn't happen. Response is occurring to the work you did in the dark, the tears you cried when no one was watching, the prayers you whispered when no evidence existed that things would change, the faith you maintained when logic said give up. Check your messages, check your email, answer calls from unknown numbers, because divine connections are trying to reach you. Job offers, collaborations, invitations, coming your way, not because begging happened, because readiness exists. The transformation is complete, the cocoon is opening, and what's about to emerge will shock everyone who thought you were finished. Remember those people who've been looking for you. Finding you is about to happen, but not the version memory holds. Encountering the upgraded model is what's coming. The one who knows worth, the one who doesn't tolerate disrespect, the one who moves with intention and precision, the one who doesn't explain, doesn't defend, doesn't shrink, and triggering will occur. Your confidence will feel like arrogance to people who expected you to stay broken. Your boundaries will feel like rejection to people who are used to unlimited access. Your standards will feel like judgment to people who are comfortable with mediocrity. Let triggering happen. Let discomfort exist. Let talking continue, because reaction confirms you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Making everyone comfortable isn't your purpose here. Fulfilling an assignment is. Some people will love you for it. Others will hate you for it. Most won't understand it. And that's perfectly fine, because moving for applause isn't what drives you. Moving for purpose is. The same God who protected you while you were hidden is about to promote you in public. The same God who concealed you in the valley is about to celebrate you on the mountain. The same God who allowed you to be overlooked is about to make you impossible to ignore. Those people looking for you in old places won't find you, because existing there isn't your reality anymore. Movement has occurred to new dimensions, new frequencies, new territories. You're not who you were, and becoming someone even you don't fully recognize yet is happening. Someone powerful, focused, unstoppable. The wait is over, chosen one, not almost over. Over. The season is shifting right now. Alignment is happening. Doors are opening. People are being positioned. Opportunities are being prepared. The full picture just can't be seen yet. But seeing will happen. Soon. Very soon. And when seeing occurs, understanding will come about why everything had to happen exactly the way it did. Why certain people had to leave. Why certain doors had to close. Why certain seasons had to end without warning. Making room was the purpose. Clearing space was the goal. Preparing the ground was necessary for what's about to grow in your life. So here's your instruction. Keep protecting your energy. Keep moving in silence. Keep trusting the process even when sense can't be made of it. Keep believing that better is coming even when circumstances suggest otherwise. Because craziness isn't what this is. Making things up isn't happening. Paranoia isn't the explanation. Those people really are looking for you. Those energies really are trying to pull you back. That warfare really is intensifying. But your protection is intensifying too. Your anointing is increasing. Your authority is expanding. Coverage exists over you from something greater than any force that could come against you. Stay focused. Stay faithful. Stay ready. Because your emergence isn't coming. It's here, right now, in this moment. Waiting to become powerful isn't what you're doing. Recognizing the power you already have is hoping to be protected isn't your reality. Realizing you've been protected all along is trying to step into your destiny isn't the situation. Already walking in it is. And all those people who've been searching for you, witnessing is about to happen for them. Exactly why God kept you hidden for so long will become clear. Not to diminish you, to protect everyone else from the full force of your glory before the appointed time. The concealment was never about shame. Strategy was always the reason. The isolation was never about punishment. Preparation was always the purpose. Now the preparation is complete. The transformation is finished. The butterfly is emerging, and readiness doesn't exist in the world for what you're about to become. But ready or not, here you come. Powerful, protected, unstoppable, exactly as you were always